Hi everyone, Amanda Brett here, watercolour artist. Today I thought I'd just demonstrate, just a very quick demonstration on painting people in watercolour, and these are what I call carrot people. And the reason they're called carrot people is just because, just to keep it simple, keep it very, very simple. So I've just prepared a couple of brushes, and these are typically my people brushes. They're round brushes that don't have much of a point on them. So I find these easier to paint people with. So just a little bit to get started. I'm just using the gund that's already in my palette. I'm a little bit back to front here, can I see? Oh yes, that's all right. So I'm going to start off with my bigger brush. So actually I just must explain that I would use either bigger people, obviously, with a bigger brush. That's a number 12 something Sapphire Daler-Rowney S85. This is a number 10 and this is a number 8. So I would typically use one of these 3 brushes depending on the size of the people that I need, but always prepare them in advance before you get going. Okay, just gunge in my palette, a little bit of burnt sienna, whatever that is, a little bit of blue just to, okay, grey it up a little bit. Just getting my head in the game. So you can see I've got quite a bit of water to start with, and I've done quite a bit of mixing. There we go. Okay, so you can see how much water is there and the brush is quite filled. So a little bit more water, hedging around because a little bit uptight, as I always am. And carrots, here we go. No drawing, just painting. Little tiny heads. Oops, a little bit Grandpa Simpson. That's better. Every time I go back into my palette, I'll change colours. So I'm just sliding that brush around. And pushing it on its side. Watch again, see how I push it down on its side. The danger is that I'll get too many brush strokes that are very similar. So it's my job as an artist just to change things up a little bit. Ooh. Oh, wrong colour. No, you don't want that. And he's carrying his satchel bag. Push the brush down, whichever direction it is that you want it to go. These are all different sizes because I'm just fooling around. She's got a layered outfit on, this lady. And a little bit smaller because I often start in an actual painting with burnt sienna people. I find it a very useful colour for knocking colour into and mixing into it. So smaller people. Yeah, just knock that back. So I do often have that curvy look in my people. So it's something that I just have to be very mindful of when I'm doing my paintings, that they're not all doing the same thing. And I'm going downhill. And she's got a shoulder bag on here. Okay, everything's a little bit drier, so I thought I will just do 1 or 2 with some shadows for you to see. So back to the brushes that I used before, and I'll just pick out one character. So if I did too many of them, then they're all standing out as being the main feature. So I would just pick out one of them just to work with and create detail on and stronger marks. So I'm going to go for this one here, and just picking up some stronger paint. You can see that I'm mixing stronger paint in my palette. There's a little bit too much water running around in there. I'll just get rid of some of it. That'll do. And I'll just mix a dark. That'll do. Okay. And I just need some whoopsie. Always have lots of whoopsies in my paintings. And the cool thing with this is that you can modify if you have to. Don't necessarily have to cover everything that you did before. In fact, it's a good idea not to. I've done that shape too high. And then maybe, oopsie, a little bit of here is a bit of a, here we go. Cool, and that's almost all I would have to do. Now, because I've painted over this again, and it was dry underneath, it's kind of reconstituted what's underneath, so it gives me a little bit more room to play with some of the layers. So I can put in or take out a highlight, because there's always a highlight on the top of your leg and your knee, and your calves and your shins are often in shadow. Better. Cool. And then maybe on the shoulders as well. There we go, a little bit of a highlight there, possibly on the hair as well. There we go. Cool. So it's actually a really good technique to learn and understand, is when you've done that glaze over again to do another wash, you've reconstituted what's underneath, and it gives you a little bit of room and latitude to play. So then a little bit smaller brush, stronger paint, much stronger paint, no water because it's still damp, and I'm going to mix up a little bit of a purpley dark. Oopsie, gone past it. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay. I'm indecisive about the top of the shape of his jacket, so I've muffed it. It should really just be a V shape, shouldn't it? Never mind. Live and learn. Case in point for looking at what you're painting, so having a model. That's a bit better. That'll do. Okay. So I've got a little bit of a shadow thing going on here. under his knees is quite dark. That'll do. Cool. And that's all you really need to do, apart from maybe dragging out with a wet brush a little bit of a shadow, and that's all you need to do. Done. So then all eyes are pointing at him. Now, of course, the issue is all eyes are pointing at him. You better make sure he looks good. So you need to practice your drawing with lots of carrot shapes, lots of carrot people, and understanding the way people move, shapes. What do people look like when they're crouched down or bent over or whatever it is. And then doing crowds and joining them all up and letting all the colours run in. So I'll do another video of that shortly, all the colours running in. Catch you later. Amanda Brett, www.amandabrett. No, that's not right. What's my website? www.amandabrett.net. See you later. Bye.